Hey, we should be going in a second. All right. Hey, everybody out there in Facebook world. This is Barbara Hort with I Am This Woman. And here we are again. Week number, I don't even know anymore. I feel like it's constantly, life is changing because you're kind of in the border of the home and what's going on. I'm doing it a little different because you see my guest sitting right here. But just in case if you don't know what this is I Am This Woman, and I am your host and founder, Barbara Hort. And what this is all about is that we interview and talk to different people that really inspire women, what they're up to, what's going on, and what's happening. Now, today's guest is younger than my usually demographics, but I'm super excited that she is here. Our guest is 17-year-old Zahra Maloney. Now, Zahra is a senior at Pompano Beach High School, getting ready to graduate at, I believe, May 29th, you said, correct?
Yes.
Yes, May 29th. Getting ready to go to one of your schools to become a civil engineer. So what we're talking about today is how COVID-19 has basically shifted and changed everything, and how many other seniors are out there and how many other students are out there, either from middle school going into high school or high school getting ready to go into college, and how all of this is affecting their lives. So Zahra, thank you so much for being on the show. Super excited to have you here.
My pleasure.
Yay, 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 yay. All right, so let's talk about this because I get a chance, an opportunity to see you because part of the Teen Extreme program that you're involved in, Extreme Teen Leaders program, and you were excited, prom is coming up.
Yeah.
You have your dress?
Yes, I do.
Yes, what color?
It is navy blue.
Oh, I love navy blue. It's one of my colors. So you have your dress, I'm sure, grad night at Disney or Universal, wherever it is. And then, prom and graduation and all of these moments. Yeah. So talk to me, how is this for you? How is, this is now, you guys have been out of school for 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Wow.
Yeah.
I want you to share, with everyone, because even if you don't know someone, I know prom was my special time. The nonprofit I work for, we create proms for kids who are battling cancer. So I know how big this is. So please share with us, like, what comes up for you and what's going on, and how are you doing with all of this?
Right. Thank you. Being a senior at this time, I was definitely, like, during this era, this generation, we're definitely dreading high school. Like high school is a bunch of drama, a bunch of seniors, all this stuff. And I was going through it with my academics on A's and B's, perfect attendance. It was great. And as soon as I realized that we weren't going back to school after the last week, I realized that maybe we aren't going back to school till next month, and then the next month, and the next month, and everybody just started to panic and talk about graduation and grad bash and prom. And I'm a part of this group called PBHS Voice, which is Pompano Beach High School Voice, and it's like the important people of our school.
Wait, I love that. By the way, if you don't know, I'm an important person at Pompano Beach High School.
Thank you.
Oh, I got this. Yes, I love it.
Yeah, so I run the mentoring program for 9th graders as they come into Pompano Beach High School, and they meet up once or twice a month.
Let's not scoot over that. You're 17.
Yes.
Right? You're running a mentoring program for freshmen coming in.
Yes.
You're part of the Pompano Beach Voice.
Yes.
You do well in school. You want to go to school. You're excited about school.
Yes.
I just want to acknowledge you for that, because a lot of seniors wouldn't even talk to a freshman, and here you are running a program.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. So what? as we're going through this, and my mentoring program has not stopped. Just because we don't meet doesn't mean that we don't get to interact with our freshmen over online, and we get to ask them questions of how their online learning is going. And besides that, as COVID-19 is kind of washing over us, the prom has been canceled since that's what our principal has told us. And grad bash has been canceled since Universal is closed. We cannot control that. Graduation, we are definitely planning out to maybe do something later or something online that all of us get to participate in. And we also have extra funds for our class of 2020 that we've raised over the past 4 years that we get to use to make our graduation better or to bring something in new that we get to participate on, like online or something.
Yeah, because I think the one thing is that we're realizing is that we are living online right now. We literally are living online. It's like I played Heads Up, that game, with my friends because House Party has it, right?
Right.
And so I had a glass of wine. I sat there and we laughed so much, and we had such a good time. And I think the one thing is that I'm realizing right now is that when people say life is now, you're like, no, you have time. You have time. Right. But life is really now. And what is it that you want to do? And I love that you're continuing to do online programs and doing all that. What has really helped you to stay grounded in your thoughts and what you're up to? And I see that sign there that says, I am smart, understanding, honest.
Yes.
Tell me, because I know what that's from, but what helps you really to stay grounded in who you are and what you're up to?
Right. The way I've been throughout this journey is through my Extreme Team Leaders program, run by Tamara Barber. This is where I've met my lovely Barbara here. It's definitely like grounded me back into the way of being of a leader and being a teen amongst other teens who get to change or alternate how they've been thinking about the world and who they get to be, and seeing them online and when we're laughing on our calls and stuff, it's definitely like an uplifter, especially coming through all this work of school and having to do some chores and helping my mom with the business. That's definitely a part of who I am and who I get to be, and Extreme Team Leaders brings me out brighter so I can show up for the people in my life better.
I love that. And I love that because Extreme Team Leaders, I've been in the room and I've had the honor, of course, of meeting you and getting to know you and being in that space. And like my nephews are in the course right now, which means so much to me. And I know what a difference it makes. And I know Tamara, who's going to be coming on as a guest next month to the show, she's fantastic because what she's done is she's really decided that this is so important now, and she's created this space for teens to really get that they matter. And you are such a shining example of a teen who is showing up. I heard you're helping your mom with her business. You are helping freshmen. You're a part of this. You're as a coach, coaching other teens in the Extreme Team Leaders program. And then you also help to take care of your siblings, right? Yes. So you're helping to take care of them. So for you, because you're always smiling and I can see that. You're also, it's funny, if no one knows you at the beginning, you kind of look and you're like, whoa, like you're super serious, right? But then you have this really great silly part. And then like when you dance, forget it, that shows everything.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's so awesome. So with all of this that's happening and with you being a senior, like, how would you, because your prom would have been what day? May what?
May 15th.
So May 15th, your prom is coming up. So do you plan on putting on your dress on May 15th? What are you going to do to, we don't know what's going to happen in a month from now because we're here at April 10th. We have no idea what's going to happen. But what are you going to do to kind of celebrate that? And how do you think you can encourage other teens to be able to do that as well?
Right. So I have heard this amazing idea of try all of us who have our prom dresses or have
don't tell that idea.
I mean, I'm just saying we definitely get to experience what we got to have, and we can put it on and maybe go on a FaceTime call and like enjoy ourselves, like how the parents are and how like the adults are having wine time over Zoom and talking about their businesses or having the girls' night on Zoom. As teens, we get to have our like little team prom. We get to laugh and like dress up and maybe go on FaceTime and enjoy
and have a good time because I think that's so. it is so important to know that. And we all go through these moments, you know, where the other day I called up my best friend Misty and I was like, I am going to either kill someone or what I'm gonna do. But you know, and so what she did, she really talked to me about, like I said, 95% of the time I'm really good. And she goes, and what about the other 5%?
Right.
And I was like, I just feel like sometimes it's like, oh my gosh. And then we talked about being grateful,
Yeah.
you know, just being grateful for our health, for what we're up to, what we're creating. But I know that this also has shown me the fact that don't put off tomorrow what you want to do today. Because today I would have been, right now, I would have been in Disney
Right.
having fun and doing all that because I put it off until now. This was a good time. This was a good
Yeah.
time. And now I can't, you know?
Right.
So where do you find gratitude? Where do you find that for yourself?
I find gratitude in music and my friends, because when I feel my music, I remember certain times in my life that gave me happiness or made me feel a type of way that definitely brought me up. And my friends, of course, my XTL friends, I call them my XTL friends because like they're not just ordinary friends.
And your extreme team leader friends. I mean, I love even the title, extreme team leaders. It's like nothing. Being in a room with these leaders, like they inspire me and they make me better. You know.
Yes.
So I love that you have your XTL friends. I think that's
Thank you.
awesome. Yeah, that's so good.
They're like they give me energy. And my school friends, where I have my two best friends, they're on the same wavelength as I am, so they think the way I do, and we have good laughs. So they definitely give me that oomph and that the gratitude that I still have these people around me that can surround me with love and care, and we get to laugh and we get to experience things together, and I'm grateful for that.
That's awesome. That's so good. All right. So you're going to be going away to college, right? And
Yeah.
we talked about civil engineering.
Yes.
And what is the purpose? You know, when you were like, when you were growing up, and you're like, I want to do this. What do you want to do with this civil engineering?
Well, I definitely, when I was younger, say 6th grade, I looked at buildings and I was like staring at them, like as I drive into Miami, just stare at these tall, beautiful skyscrapers and the BB&T Center and American Airlines Arena. And I realized that I love the aesthetic, the hard work, the math, the science, the physics of building buildings. And really that's what really interests me, because I've always heard that, oh, you're so good at math and you're so good in science, from everybody I've ever known in my entire life. And I realized I can use this to do something that I actually like to do.
Yeah.
So I get to try civil engineering for the next 4 years.
Try? You don't try things, Zahra.
I get to do civil
You
engineering.
get to do it. Yeah. You know, it's so funny too, because, you know, in class, of course, if you were to say try, we would kind of like throw things at you.
Yes.
Especially you show up as such a powerful leader. And you know what? I love buildings. There's something incredibly powerful.
Yes.
I like when I traveled, and I love, you know, when I went to Ireland or Greece, and then to think that these buildings have been here for so very long.
Exactly.
There's something magical about that.
Yes.
You know, and so I really do. It is probably something that I get completely. Like math and science are kind of boring to me, but but my son is a big math and science geek. I can say that.
Yeah.
He's always been. So I get that, and I believe some of my brilliance rubbed off on him. I'm just more of the creative spirit, but I do love that. And I love that you're creating. So if you were to build something, what would be the one thing, like, what would you want to build? What would you want to create?
I would love to build an arena, like a concert arena made specifically for artists for what they need. Because, you know, music and what I do, like building what I love together, magnificent.
Oh, I love that. You know, I love when you can take something that you do love and you can give it back and you can make a difference and you can really support in that, because I think that's what, like, you're this next generation, and you guys, I mean, look, we had bullies in school and we had people in school who were like, you know, I remember this girl, Crystal, I used to have long hair, and she would pull on my hair and I was like, really? But nowadays, what you guys have to deal with, social media, I can't even imagine being a teenager in the midst of social media. How do you deal with that? How do you handle that?
Well, thank God, I've not been in any of this social drama, knock on wood. But how I've managed myself on social media is I've definitely thought twice over what I've been posting and what the impact is on what I say. So if I'm posting a small video that's funny, I make sure there's no curse words, that there's no profanity that will offend anybody else. If I'm posting a picture, I make sure nothing's inappropriate, nothing's showing that might hurt. I mean, of course, a bathing suit or two pictures are not going to hurt anybody, but as long as nothing is inappropriately shown, no middle fingers, make sure my family is shown, make sure that people know that I'm smart. Looking good is definitely a thing on social media that portrays who you are, but I get to use it to my advantage, and as my future workers, my future schools get to see it, and my friends, I'm still myself, but in a calmer manner, so I don't seem, as other
And I
teens
think, you
would.
know what, it's you.
Me.
We all have different, personas and different things that we take on.
Right.
And how I am here, pretty much I am kind of crazy here, so it's all good. But I know if I was hanging out with my girls, or if, if I'm in a workshop, because if I'm coaching you, like I'm a whole different kind of Barbara.
Exactly.
Yes, because I see your greatness and I'm committed
Right.
to having that greatness,
Right.
But if I'm hanging out with my girls and everything, and I'm laughing and I'm having a great time and all that. So I think that how we kind of look at and how we show up are differently. And I love that you're doing that. Yes, you know what, you want to look good. Look, I put on earrings, lipstick, I have shoes on and pants. Look, I swear sometimes I'm in shorts because I'm like, you only see from here up, so it's all good.
Right.
But I have clothes on. I put makeup on. I washed my hair this morning.
Yeah.
So because you're putting on that, right? But I think also it really does help me to feel good, and plus to honor the space that I am creating with you right now.
Yeah.
And I love that you're saying, like, you think about what you put out there, and you think
exactly.
about others. And I think that makes a big difference. So tell me this, what is it that you miss the most about being out of school?
Being in school or being out of school?
Well, what do you miss about when you're not in school because you're home now out of school?
Right. Okay.
So it's an in-out kind of thing like that. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, definitely my school is rigorous. And since we have no school on Fridays, I definitely miss that that silence in my house when my siblings are at school and I'm at home.
Or like the one who's at the door right now.
Yeah, really? Oh, I'm so sorry.
You could just tell them, hey guys, hey, I'm doing a live show. You want to go tell them, like, would you mind being quiet? Isn't it so interesting? Because this is how life is. But see, here's the thing about it. Like, Zahra has to go tell her sibling who's calling her name right now, like, stop calling my name. But this is life. How many times have you been on a meeting and then all of a sudden someone comes up and all of a sudden they're asking for something, right? And she's back. But this is how it is. We know that when we are kind of dealing with things and dealing with all the things that are going on, we're working from home, we're doing school from home, we're doing life from home. That's going to happen, right? So now you're back on Facebook too. So it's funny. You came back and I'm like, you're back, and then you weren't back there, but it's all good now.
Okay.
So yeah, so what you're talking about what you miss?
Yes. So that silence without them is definitely a peace of mind, because I'm lucky to have my grandmother here. She's from Canada. She flies down for a few months, and she gets to help me and my mom with my siblings, as I'm the primary caretaker for the past few years. So my mom goes out and works. And so as soon as I come home, it'd be 4:30, I get off the bus. They come home at let's say 4:45, and then I have to get them ready, get their homework done, get their dinner ready, get them bathed, get them to bed by 8 o'clock, and then I start my homework. So definitely Fridays or a big calm down the whole day until say 4 o'clock, and then I get them ready. So and besides that, the weekends, the 3-day weekends.
Hold on. I love how you just skirt over. Okay, let's be real. You literally skirted over. Okay, that you are helping your mom, because I know there are a lot of teens out there that are doing
Yeah.
that. With single parents and everything. But
Hmm.
you are like, you do well in school.
Yes.
Okay, we know that. You are basically going off to college civil engineering. You want to build beautiful buildings,
Hmm.
stadiums, not even, girl said stadiums. I want to build stadiums for artists. That's like next level badassery. I'm just putting it
Yes.
out there for you. Right? So you want to do that, and then you get off the bus at 4:30. You have no breathing room because then your siblings come, and then you go at it. You make sure that their homework is done. You make sure that they're doing the things that they need to do, and then you go and do your own work.
Yes.
I, I'm just going to acknowledge you for that,
Thank you.
because that's big. You could use the excuse that you have all this stuff going on, but instead you didn't. You really did own this as, hey, this is what I'm committed to doing right now.
Yeah.
So you're going to be going away to college, knock on wood, when everything is up and ready and everything like
Right.
that. How do you feel about going away to college?
Oh, that's just, oh, geez. There's so much excitement, and I'm surprised I don't have any nervous emotions right now. I'm not scared. I'm not hiding in a shadow right now because I feel like I'm ready, and that is a great thing to have.
I
Yeah.
love that. And I think that's super exciting. It's funny. I never went away to school, right?
Mhm.
And I've always said, and I'm going to do this now because you know what, if COVID-19 has taught me nothing, it's go for your dreams. I've always wanted to go away to school, right? I could see it as a movie, all of a sudden
Yeah.
down your hall in your dorm and you'll be like, Barbara, like, why are you here? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm at school, Zara.
Oh no.
But I think that this is what life has taught me, is that if it's nothing, I sent a message to my friend this morning and I'm like, as soon as it's over, let's book the tickets to Paris.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's go.
to my other friend, as soon as it's over, let's go to Disney. Like,
Mhm.
let's live life. And for me, also building I Am This Woman and what I'm up to, you know, when this is over, what is your thing that you're really excited to do? Like the
Wow.
first time when they say you can go out and do something, what do you want to do?
That's a really good question. uh, I feel like the first thing I will do is go to the mall. The mall, I've been going to that mall for 10 years, the Cool Square Mall
Of
in
course,
Coral
me
Springs.
too.
Yes. So when I go there, it's like nostalgia. I like to see how things change, and like there's certain smells I remember. Like it's just, I love nostalgia, and going there is the perfect place.
Oh, that's really, really cool. I really do like that. I think that's super cool. So, the fact of it is, when were you supposed to go away to college?
That was based on them. So I would say around the end of July.
Yeah, so a few months away, and hopefully, because we don't know how everything is going to be. Do you plan on starting college online then, if things are not that way, so that you can not skip a beat?
So that brings up the college question of where I am going.
Okay,
Yeah, so I got accepted to the University of California, Davis, and I also got accepted into Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University.
sure.
So those two, they obviously, one's across the whole country and the other one's right here 5 hours away,
Right,
literally. So it depends on if I choose University of California and they start my first year off online, maybe I could go there for the next 3 years with a certain price deduction. I mean, it's all about the cost compared to
right,
FAMU for the agricultural. If we start on the first semester and I can go up there in like a few months, then
right.
I would definitely go there. It's the Everything is so up in the air right now for college, and I'm very like sorry for them because they're also scattered brained and helping their students now and the incoming students figure out where we're going and how they're going to figure it. It's a whole mess.
Wow. And it is. I just listen to you, but I love the fact that, you know what, you're not stopping, and you will
Right.
keep on going, and you will keep
Yes.
on doing this and everything.
Mhm.
Now, I always ask people questions, certain things. So tell me this: what can you do to make the world a better place?
What can I do? I always when you say the world, I always think of uh environmental like studies and pollution. And I always like besides my civil engineering background, I wanted to find a way to use the pollution that we already have for better. And like thinking of cars and how like I've seen that people haven't been going out and they're like the air is clearing up in China and LA and India, and I want to find a way to use like the water that's not being used or something like that, something that can help the air and help other people breathe and live their lives without having to care about the smog and the
You're
dirty
so
air and stuff.
cool. At 17, I couldn't even, I'm like, what do I do? What would I do? And I love that, like, you're doing that. And I read this article that said this morning that because the beaches are so empty, they
Mhm.
had all these turtles that came out and laid
Yes.
their egg. And I mean, we're talking about thousands came out.
Yes.
And that's, we, if this is not showing us anything, is how we're affecting the earth is huge,
Yes.
and it's going to take all of us to start to make some different choices and
Right.
decide on some different ways that we're going to do things. So what is one thing you do to live your life with purpose?
Oh wow. What can I do to live my life?
You're like,
Oh
I'm 17, really, but I know you, so I know
yes.
I know that you really embrace life. So what is it for you?
What do I do to embrace life is I make sure, yes, I make sure that I'm available to anybody who needs me. I'm I'm I want to be I am the listener and the helper who um who listens to the issues that other people have, and if they want me to help them out, like support them in finding a solution, I will. If they want me to just listen, I'll listen. And that is my purpose right now.
I love that. I love that. So for me, my motto is I believe that when women are empowered, it impacts their lives, their families, their communities, and the world. If you were to have a motto for your life, for what you're doing, what would it be?
It would be um hmm, this sounds well, everything is neutral. So that's one of them. I have like three. So everything is neutral.
Meaning, like
Um
you say everything is neutral. I know what everything is neutral means,
right.
but when you say everything is neutral,
Everything is neutral means that there there's no necessary good and bad in any situation. And there's always a different side that anybody could take, all based on feelings and experiences that other people have. So everything is neutral to everybody.
okay?
That's neutral. You can only do so much. So I take that saying to heart because I used to take everybody's problems and put them on myself and think that when one thing failed, I put it on myself for letting it
Sure.
fail. And that did not work. So I was like, you can only do so much. You can do your work, you can help others, but when that person fails to carry out their process, it's not on you. And that's
Right.
my
That's awesome. And I think that's really important right there because I think that a lot of times we take the weight of the world. And as women, we definitely take, you're a young woman, but we take the weight of the world of others. And I think that that's so, so important. And, I love the fact that you can put it out there. And I wrote this morning for someone. I said, our life, it's like we're given the jewels, we're given the rubies, right? But it's kind of set down in front of us. And it's really up to us to pick them up and to use them. Or we could
Yes.
walk around them and leave them there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're searching like, wait a minute, why isn't my life different? You
Exactly.
know? But I think it's truly up to you to decide to make your life the way it is. So a few months ago when Kobe Bryant passed away, and I know we were in the workshop that weekend and we
Right.
heard it and it hit us because then his daughter, also because we're in a teen workshop, so we see all these teens,
Right.
and that was really impactful. But one of his friends he says that his last 3 years, he really lived his life and he gave back and he created a
Yes.
legacy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to create a legacy, what is your legacy that you want to leave for this
My
world?
legacy. My legacy is to create a whole STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math program for young women and other minorities who didn't get the chance to live out like what they want to do, such as coding, engineering, technology, being a mathematician, like even teachers in that field.
Yeah.
I get to lead them, and I get to be an inspiration to follow my footsteps and create their own legacies.
That's awesome. And that's beautiful too, because I think that's kind of, it took me, like, you're awesome because at 17, you're like thinking about your legacy. For me now, creating I Am This Woman and putting this together is all about doing that, creating a space for women to share their thoughts and dreams and visions and what they want to do and what they're committed to creating. And I think that's my legacy, is that if I can let women embrace who they are and really see their gifts, because I do believe that, I truly believe when women see that, they're kind of like, oh, and then it changes everything. Look at your mom. I think women are like that cornerstone of the community. And imagine what happens when a woman steps into her power, and I agree with you, being a woman of color, it's so interesting because as a woman of color, it's almost like there's so many things. I know I grew up with the mentality of, no, just be quiet, stay there, do the safe thing, get the good job, make sure, you get paid, all of those things. And so this is a totally different mentality. And then for you to open up that space for other young women to see science, technology, engineering, math, like those things are important. And you have women out there who, young women, to be able to look up to you, I think it is a really fantastic, fantastic thing.
Thank you.
So I guess what I would love to do and know now is that you're smiling, and I know, like we talked before, like the kind of walls are kind of there and closing in. And where do you find your peace in all of this?
My peace is in my silence. So at night, where I say from the end of like 9 p.m. to say 12 a.m. That's my usual bedtime. When my siblings are sleeping and my mom is relaxing and my grandma's relaxing, reading her book or something, I get to have my peace and my silence, and I can meditate, I can journal my day. I get to listen to my music, which is technically silence for me because it blends in with the background, and I get to talk to my friends, and they're also my silence. Like my silence is my peace.
Yeah, I get that completely. It's interesting. I've been doing bike riding and walking a lot. And in that time when I have my music on, it's such a calming space to be in a space of quiet. I think that's really, really important. If you were going to leave a message for people who are watching, because I can tell you, we've got comments and people are watching. It's really cool because they're interested in what you have to say. What is it that you want to tell them in this time of uncertainty and all that? What do you want to say to them?
Keep going. Don't stop in hell, because why would you want to stop in hell and suffer when you can just keep going, go to the light? So definitely in times of trouble and less toilet paper.
It's like the golden. I was in the store the other day. I was like, where is there toilet paper? And I'm like, but I have plenty, so we don't need it. But it's really cool. I love that. That, like, with what is the big thing right now? It's like, oh my gosh, do I have toilet paper? Do I have paper towels? Do I have food? Do I have a job? There's so many things. And I can imagine as a kid, as a young woman, and where you're depending on parents and all that. How does that affect you? I just thought about that. You're not just school, but then all of a sudden you're looking at your mom, who is your, the single care provider. How is that for you? And with all of that?
Definitely it's an eye opener, because she has her coach, and she's coaching herself to become a coach herself. And we were looking at her expenses for last month, as we, like, halfway through the month, we went to quarantine, and I was looking at the grocery expenses, and we were adding them up. And obviously, as a family of children of 4 and herself included, it's expensive. Oh my geez. And it just kept piling on. I was like, wow, how do you do this? In my mind, I was like, well, kudos to her. And I get to appreciate her more.
Okay. Say that again for all the teens who might be, we'll watch, we'll share. And then for all the parents out there, because that's huge.
Yeah.
I just want you to repeat that, what you just said about that with your mom.
I get to appreciate her more for what she's doing for me.
And I think that that's really important, guys, is that appreciating the people who are there, who are taking care of you and somehow managing to have groceries in the house when I've never shopped and had groceries more in my life. Because I'm always on the go. So I'm usually picking up something or something easy or have a bowl of cereal. But now I'm cooking and I'm doing things. And so I know you're like, and I'm a great cook too. That's funny. But I'm never home to do that. So this is strange for me. And it also, I have saved so much money. It's crazy how much money I have saved. Yes, because when you're eating out a lot, you don't realize how expensive it is. But I'm always on the go. There are times when I am literally gone day after day after day after day,
Wow.
And so for me, it was like, oh, I'll just grab this or I'll grab that or something like that. So now I'm going to the grocery store and I just went to the grocery store the other day and all of a sudden it was like $97. I'm like, what the heck did I buy? But it's like trying to find something different and have and all that. Well, I have to say, I want to thank you for being on here. I know tomorrow there's something that's going on, so I would love for you to share about that and tell us what it is.
Okay, so tomorrow, run by the Extreme Teen Leaders, Tamara Barber, we are having a Got Vision call. So that is open to many teens and the parents in the background who want to know what Extreme Teen Leaders is and how we kind of operate, especially online, since that is new. But a few coaches, student leaders, coaches, and the Tamara Barber, they will bring in some of the lessons that we've learned throughout our journey, and we get to talk about who we are, who we get to be, and what's happening at this time. And yes, it's gonna be very, very, very fun.
I'm sure will. And what we'll do is I'll make sure Tamara will put a message in here. So if any teens are looking for this, and what age group we are, is it like 13 to 17? No, because we have 12s too, right?
I think it's 13 to 18, but if your teen is a very mature 12-year-old, you can definitely be admitted.
Okay, so yeah, so if you're looking for something for your teen to do also, tomorrow might be a great way. I know it is sold out, but I know Tamara's trying to work on getting some additional spots for other teens to come in. So if this is something that you're interested in, if you're wondering something for your teen, if you look at Zahra and you're like, wow, this teen is strong and put together and she's amazing, and you want to be able to look into this Extreme Teen Leaders program, tomorrow's event is a free event and kind of telling what's going on. And I know it is my joy to be able to be surrounded by these amazing teens. So Tamara, I'm sure we'll put some messages in there so that you can go ahead if you are interested in getting your teen involved and giving them something else with all of this stuff that's going on. So Zahra, one of the ways that we sign off on I Am This Woman is say your name and then say I am this woman. So if you could go ahead and do that for me.
Okay, I am Zahra Maloney and I am this woman.
And I am Barbara Hort, and I am definitely this woman. And if you are interested in being a guest on our show, you can email me. Ooh, take it back. I have an assistant now, so I forget all about this. So you can email Sammy, SAMMI, at IamThisWoman.com. Sammy at IamThisWoman.com. Send it in and let her know that you're interested in being a guest. We are also looking for bloggers for our website. We are launching our website in 3 weeks. Super excited. We are going to have online workshops. We're going to have blogging. You can see all the past shows. This is show number 13 here. And we have tons coming up for the next 3 months as well. So if you're looking to be a guest, if you're looking to be a guest blogger on the website, please share with us. And then you'll start to see some of the new things that I Am This Woman is bringing. Zahra, I just want to thank you again. I want to acknowledge you for the young woman that you are and what an amazing, amazing example of when you are committed to making a difference in your life and the life of others, what can happen.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys in Facebook world, take care of yourself, be safe, love each other, love yourselves, and have a wonderful weekend. And if you celebrate Easter, happy Easter.